Today on TVJs. If you're looking for love, listen closely because we're going to tackle some of your biggest dating dilemmas. Plus, Sheryl Underwood.
I need the bishop advice now.
We set her up on a date with some suitable bachelors.
Live in your own house and we be married.
And you would live there too?
No, I would come visit you. And then I would leave periodically. Let's say you in the band, right? How would you like me to function if there was women in your face?
I would do everything to make you comfortable.
Do either of these men hold the key to Cheryl's heart? There's my village. There's my village. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Woo. Woo. Oh, wow. You're kind. Great audience. Woo. Listen, boy, do we have a show for you today. If you're looking for love or trying to figure out how to keep the love you've got, listen closely because you'll want to take some serious notes today. Because today we're going to answer some burning relationship questions and more, and we're going to tackle some of your biggest dating dilemmas. Now listen, everybody, nobody can forget my first guest. She's a dear friend who came on the show earlier this season to discuss how men and women communicate differently. I'm talking about comedian and host of The Talk, Sheryl Underwood. She's great. But she said something while she was on the show I want to pick up on. She said she was skeptical about remarrying, but she's still looking for love. She said it in a unique way. I better let her say it for herself. Check this out.
I think I've learned something about myself.
Okay.
And what I've learned is maybe I'm not the marrying kind.
Really?
Don't go, oh, because a lot of us don't need to get married, irritating men to death. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't need to be.
What drew you to that conclusion?
Well, I can be quite irritating to a man, Bishop. I'm just going to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah, I ask too many questions about things. I backseat drive even when I'm sitting in the front seat.
Oh, God.
You know, I can be quite irritating, but that don't mean I don't want to look. I will settle everything God have made on the buffet of love.
Wait. Woo. Who can say it any better than that? Gosh. I'm going into deep water. Y'all pray for me. After the show, Sheryl asked me for some help on her trip down the buffet line of love, whatever that is. And I agreed crazily to see if I could help her out. I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm kind of nervous, actually. So we set her up on a date with some suitable bachelors. Let's get her out here and see what happened. Please welcome Sheryl Underwood. Hey, that's my girl. Love you to life. Wow. Woo. Let's get right down to it. How often do you date?
I don't really date, Bishop. Because I take care of my disabled sister, who's now in a convalescent home. So whatever time that I have to concentrate on that, then I work, and I'm still doing community service with Zeta Phi Beta. I'm still active in Zeta. And I'm, you know, still serving the Lord and trying to be a good person, but I think the Lord knows me and gets a big kick out of everything I'm doing down here. So I don't date. And most men don't ask me out.
Really?
And I'm around a lot of men in my career field, and they never ask me out, not even for coffee.
Really?
No.
Well, we changed that, didn't we?
Sure did. Amen.
Yeah. How serious are you? I mean, are you really open to finding love in your life?
Yes, but I would say I'm slightly apprehensive. I haven't dated in, over 25 years.
What do you look for in a potential mate?
Well, first he got to know the Lord, because I was raised that the word did not originate with me.
Right.
Plus, I had an amazing father, and I have some amazing brothers, and I'm very male-directed. I'm Southern. It doesn't mean that I can't be my own woman, but I like a man who's a man.
Yeah. Listen, in order to help Sheryl find love, I asked her to tell me what she's looking for in a man. And she sent me a very detailed list. Girl, you ran out of ink with this. I'm serious. No younger than 35 to 39. If 35, he has to be self-sufficient with an old man's spirit, but very successful. If he can be saved, that's good, but not so saved that I can't have a drink.
That's right.
I want him to know God. She said she doesn't care about race. He can be tall, dark, and handsome, biracial, okay. So she's an equal opportunity dater. You went on down the list. I mean, good manners, everything. Man that looks like strong women, on and on and on. This list went, I thought it was the Constitution.
That's right. Did you get the no sex before marriage, and I'm not gonna shack either?
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. So after seeing Sheryl's list, I knew I needed some help, so I teamed up with powerhouse matchmaker Jasmine Diaz to help select the right man for Sheryl. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi.
Jasmine, this is not your first day at the rodeo working with celebrities. How hard is it to find the right person for high-profile people like Sheryl?
Well, you know, Sheryl's kind of a special case because she's got a larger-than-life personality, right?
Yes, she does.
And people know who she is, so I feel like it's important to find a balance between, you know, who she is as a personality, but also this larger-than-life persona that she has as well. So it's been quite a journey trying to find her, like, the right person.
I see, I see. So how did you go about selecting the right suitor for her?
Well, you know, there was a couple of things. I obviously took into account her past experience with relationships. And I really just hit the ground running with just considering all the things. She did have a very healthy list.
Yeah, it was healthy. Yeah.
Taking key, you know, components of it and looking for the right person that had the right combo.
Wow, you brought some interesting people to light. In fact, Jasmine and her team sent some potential candidates for me to look over. And after a lot of thoughtful, prayerful, nervous, intimidated, restless consideration, I narrowed down to the 2 potential men that Sheryl could date. And I don't know how this went, but here are our submissions. Take a look at this. Let's see what happened. Dear God.
My ideal mate is loving and supportive, educated, spiritually attuned.
A woman who, of course, is, let's be honest, she has to be cute.
Loves children, loves people.
Beyond that, a woman who has substance, who really knows what she wants.
Loves to laugh, loves adventure.
More importantly, is willing to be committed to do the work it takes to have a successful relationship and hopefully marriage.
Understands the order of relationship and in the home. Smoking, excessive drinking.
Lack of communication.
Over the top loud talking.
If you are upset, say that.
Well. Before I find out how did you do, I want to know how did I do.
Well, I would say, Bishop, you did an excellent job. I think there is a matchmaking conglomerate that needs to come together between Jasmine and Bishop. Ladies, if you want to find a man, come to Jasmine and Bishop.
Don't come. Up next, Sheryl goes out with the 2 men we've chosen for her. Was there a love connection or even a nibble on the buffet of love? I don't know. Find out when we come back. Later. Are we up for a commercial yet? Come on, let's go to commercial.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you really go there? This might not be sexy, but you can close the bathroom door. I'm okay with that. Okay.
We are here because I asked the bishop to find me a boo. So maybe we call it a segment like Bishop Find My Boo. Because I know the bishop knows some nice guys. You know, some guys that may be my type, and he knows a lot of people. So, you know, different races of person. Doesn't really matter. I'm just really interested in maybe dating.
Well, there you have it. That was Sheryl Underwood right before one of the dates that I sent her on. I teamed up now with celebrity matchmaker Jasmine Diaz to help Sheryl find Mr. Right. Yeah. What typically goes through your mind before a date? What's going on up under all that hair?
Well, usually Well, usually what I'm thinking for, I go on a date, which hair can I wear, and how I'm gonna anchor it down, and then what shoes should I wear, because I'm not good at walking in heels. And then I'm thinking, I'm prayed up, I'm ready to go, I just, trying to think of which commandments I should not even be thinking about. And
Yeah. How do you prepare yourself mentally before a date?
Well, I pray. I always pray, Lord, please cover me. But I also ask the Lord to stop Satan from coming on this date with me.
So listen, we sent Sheryl to Casa Vega in Sherman Oaks, California to grab a bite with 2 potential men that were selected. Let's see how things went on her first date with a gentleman named Al.
Yay.
How are you, Sheryl?
How are you? Oh, you're a hugger.
I'm a hugger.
And your name is?
My name is Al.
Al. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody in the house say Al. Okay.
Hello. Hola.
Can I please your words? What would you like?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean like a cocktail?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if the bishop want me drinking a cocktail. Is the bishop buying liquor? I don't think the bishop, he's not buying liquor. Okay, I'll take some ice water.
How about a lemonade? Easy ice, please.
I'll go ice water, refreshing. Do you drink?
Occasionally.
Okay, so you're a
Yeah.
teetotaler.
Is that, if that's what the definition? Yes.
So how much vodka is too much to drink in a relationship?
I'm not the one to ask.
Oh, thank you. Praise God. You went to school where?
4 years ago, I got my bachelor's in theology.
Okay.
So,
So you're gonna be a minister?
I am. I've been ministering about 20 years.
Ooh, Lord. Okay,
Yeah,
let's talk about
just-
fascinating. What denomination?
None.
9. Okay, not like I'm trying to count myself out, but don't you need a first lady?
Absolutely.
Okay, but I drink and am I talking myself out today?
I'm sorry, I didn't put you in a box.
No, because I'm about to. Am I about to get saved?
You'll get you resaved.
Yes. Like, what are you? I'm born in October.
October, April.
Okay, you are a.
Aries.
Oh, no
yeah.
wonder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But see, you are Aries, and you gonna lead the flock. If I'm the first lady, and you my husband, and an Aries, I'll whoop somebody. Most people don't want to talk about the worst. Like, what would be the worst thing? How do you express anger?
How I express anger?
Yeah.
Well, I usually hold my tongue and my body
So
language.
you're quiet when you're mad. So
Or-
if I got mad at you and I was following you around and cussing you out, would you understand that?
Would I understand it?
Yeah.
I would understand it. I have to understand it, but not tolerate it too long. What are you looking for in a man at this stage in your life?
You want me to be honest?
By all means.
If you could live in your own house and we be married, that'd be amazing.
And you would live there too?
No, I would come visit you. And then I would leave periodically. Like, I would come and do the laundry and stock the refrigerator and maybe some smooching and pet the dog. You like dogs?
I had a dog, yeah.
And then I would just sneak out the house. And then you would go, well, where's my wife? And I would go, I'm at the grocery store. And then I come back in about 3 months. Because don't you think that would make marriage last longer if we were living in 2 different locations? Yeah. Well, this was amazing.
It was.
I think I'm gonna do something I never do. I'm gonna stop talking. So nice to meet you, brother.
Well. I can't say I've ever been on a date like that. What was going through your mind while you were sitting there playing hard to get?
We're not playing hard to get, but I figured at this stage in my life, I may not get the second date, so I might as well lay my cards on the table right now and then see how it goes. You want to know what I thought of him?
Yeah.
Well, one, we have a lot in common. I'm a Zeta, he's an Omega. He's very, very smart. I think he works for a very prolific engineering company, and he's a reverend. But what I really liked was his sense of humor, his manliness. He spoke to a certain side of my personality that fascinated me and stimulated me. Did I say that right?
Fascinated,
And
stimulated.
yeah.
Oh, God. So what was going through your mind before date number 2?
How you gonna top date number 1?
Ah. So you like date number 1. Let's see what happened on date number 2. Let's meet Marvin.
Oh, you brought a plant. This is nice. Okay, let me take the plant first. Okay. Hello. How are you?
Good.
Have a seat.
Thanks for having me.
And your name is?
It's Marvin.
Marvin.
Yes.
Like Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
Marvin.
minus that, some healing, but minus the.
Go ahead, Mama.
Just get you anything to drink?
I'm good with ice water.
Arnold Palmer.
Thank you.
Thank you. So my day job is I'm a vice principal. But my night jobs, I'm a musician and singer. So
Really?
It's so funny.
See, I would think that because most musicians are good at math. What do you play?
Keyboards.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are you like Donny Hathaway?
Probably more like, my favorite artist is Joe.
Okay.
Joe and Stevie.
Oh, okay,
so,
Joe, Stevie Wonder,
Right,
Lil
right.
Brian McKnight.
Right.
Okay.
I say like this, if we were at a Maxwell conference, he got sick, put me on program.
Oh, for real, you can do it, okay. Okay, so I like music, you like music, you play music. Why don't women jump out of the ceiling on you? Because you're a very fascinating person. So women just don't pop out of nowhere.
Most women want to have kids and stuff, so that kind of cancels
Not
me
me,
out.
I'm out.
Hey.
No, no, you didn't rub your hands together.
Hey.
Do you drink? Yeah, baby. Okay, so let's say you in the band, right? Because you in the band, right? You play in the band, you moving the groove.
Right.
Ladies, he sounds just like Maxwell. Oh, look like Brian McKnight. Miles so tall, right? How would you like me to function if there was women in your face?
I would do everything to make you comfortable.
Good.
You know what I mean? Like
Good.
you sitting at the front row.
Good.
Ladies, y'all can, if y'all want to, sign
Well, I don't
autographs
mind
or-
if, like, say you got the hit record and
right,
everything,
right.
and everybody, I'm like, yeah, that's all me. That's all me.
Right.
That's all me. Don't hate. Don't hate.
Right.
But, I guess I'm trying to find what are the bad things. What do you not want?
What do I not want? Simple answer. I don't need you to remind me I'm a black man in America. And to my point, I get emasculated daily just living. I don't need to be emasculated at the house.
I do have a temper.
Well, there's a difference between, there's a way that, babe, you can be angry but don't sin, right? There's a way of being angry.
Okay.
I mean, I think about
That's a good way of putting. I never looked at it like that. You are amazing.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You're an amazing person. I'd like to go hear you play.
Yeah, okay.
And sing.
Yeah,
This was fun.
Yeah.
What would you say to me to get me to want to go out with you?
I'd like to see you again.
Shut up. Turn the camera on. The date is over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Marvin and Al and Marvin, we've got some tough decisions to make, don't we? Don't give it up yet. Up next, do either of these men hold the key to Cheryl's heart? Ching-ching. I don't know. We'll find out after the break.
Both of them were amazing. I could just say what I was thinking right now. Ugh. But I'm gonna wait until I sit across from the bishop because I need the bishop advice now because
Woo! That was Sheryl Underwood talking about how she felt after going on dates with two men we matched her up with. We teamed up with celebrity matchmaker Jasmine Diaz to make sure we had the best potential candidates available in the world today. Now, you say you believe in love at first sight, and I want to know, did that happen for you with either of these guys? Did you hear any bells, any whistles? Did any robins or blue jays come in the window? I mean, give me some hope.
Keep hope alive, Bishop.
Let me go to the men and let them speak for themselves. Please welcome Marvin and Al. You just be quiet. Woo, y'all came out just in time. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome. How you doing, man? Welcome. Good to have you.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right.
Have a seat. If you're there.
All right.
So, Marvin and I, what were your impressions of Sheryl?
I think she was wonderful. A great personality, bubbling, somebody I'd love to hang out with, and you know, go places with and just have a blast, because life's about having fun, you know.
What I like most is that not only is she a class act, but more importantly, she's the same on camera and off camera. You know, I was waiting for a separate, you know, like people off camera are totally different. She is the exact same, and that was like the highlight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
You and Sheryl seem to have a lot in common. Is that a good sign?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good sign.
What did you note that you had in common? Maybe that's a better way to ask the question.
I think the note is we have big hearts to help people, to share, and of course we in Greek letter organizations, which does mean community service and uplift to folks.
I'm trying to find it. You got something in common. Do you feel like you had chemistry? Because having something in common and chemistry are two different things.
That's true.
Chemistry?
I think some chemistry, absolutely, absolutely.
That's interesting. Did you sense that there was chemistry between you two?
I sense a little chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a comedian by profession, of course she is, but you know, we're both funny people. So that just made the day that much more entertaining. So we had a great time together.
Did you hear anything from her that might be like a red flag?
Yeah, that's married in separate houses.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come up again.
Excuse me?
That was a problematic statement, by the way.
Well, Bishop, the reason I started to advance that narrative with men is because I have not lived or been in a relationship or even been married to a man for almost 30 years. So you can't just want me to. Wouldn't you men be startled if I was like, okay, I'm gonna get married and now we're gonna move in and live together, you know, and be together as husband and wife?
Would y'all be startled?
No, that's why it's called a union.
Yeah. We're not saying you got to get married next week, but when you do get married, whether it's next week, next year, 10 years from now, you kind of like to have the woman you're married to living in your house.
Hello. Thank you very much.
On this, we are all in agreement.
Wait a minute, don't dab too fast, because ain't none of y'all ever lived with me, so y'all gonna try to put me out right after the honeymoon because I'm crazy, and I'm not your average woman, and I've lived alone for so many years. I just gotta take that in baby steps. I'm used to scratching and keeping the door open while I do certain things and biting out the sandwich and then just putting it back in the refrigerator, you know.
Guy stuff.
Are we up for a commercial yet? Come on, let's go to a commercial.
Okay, go ahead,
Did you really go there?
Well, I mean, but that's the problem I think women have, is they hide too much and they disclose too little. And the man needs to know what he's up against.
True. Yeah. Keep it 100.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm all for keeping it 100, but that was 175. This might not be sexy, but you can close the bathroom door. I'm okay with that. Okay? So what should they be disclosing that they're hiding? What should they be hiding that they're disclosing?
Well, you noticed that I didn't eat in front of you.
This is true.
But you also noticed that I waited before you ate. And I asked you to bless the food. So you know what kind of woman I am, okay? The only reason I didn't eat in front of you, one, I knew I had 2 dates, you know, and I don't really eat a lot. I grew up when I need to, you know, if I was at your house, you know, for holidays, Dr. King, you know, Black History Month.
Come on over.
Get down, barbecue.
I'll lay you
I'm
out.
gonna kill it
I have to
and
roll
get
you
the
out.
itis.
Yeah.
But that means we have been dating for a long enough time for them to see me pop that girdle, hit that belt, and lay back and go, yeah, Bishop, you killed them real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait on me.
But here's the question. Did they date the real Sheryl or the professional Sheryl?
They dated all 3 of us.
I was going to say, I saw a third person too.
You saw a third person too.
Right.
Yeah, they dated all 3 of us.
Okay.
I say the 4th side of my personality didn't come out because I don't know them well enough to see the sexual side of my personality. What they saw was the playful side, the understanding and intuitive and want to get to know you side, the side that love the Lord. But the 4th side is the woman that you get to know and get intimate with.
Shields up.
And that's you only, not a shield up, but some of us lead with that. And no matter what I feel about both of you, you're not ready for that. You're not ready.
You don't know that.
Yeah, right. All right now.
I know.
It's a challenge going on here.
I tell you what, once I put that on, you won't need glasses no more. You be like, what? This is the lesson. What?
Wait
leave that alone right now, Bishop. Leave that alone.
You know, let me get this backup of the daytime television. This daytime, girl. It's daytime. Would either of you want to go on a second date with Sheryl again?
Absolutely.
Same here, definitely. Wholeheartedly, yes.
We about to go broke fooling with you. We'll find out who Sheryl picked right after the break. Later. But wait. It can't be no break right now. We can't have no break right now. This is too good. We gotta deal with this. But I like this. Hey everybody, I am back with Sheryl Underwood, and the time has come for her to decide which man she would like to go out with again. But before she decides, I want to hear which guy the audience thinks you would like to choose. So I'm gonna get up and check this out. Y'all ready for this? Okay. If you think that the man of her dreams is comprised in the embodiment of Mr. Al here, clap your hands. That sounds pretty compelling. All right, now calm down. If you think it's Marvin over here, clap your hands. Oh, it's pretty tight. I don't know, I don't even trust my ears with that. So we're gonna wait for the judges to give us some sort of answer, but it sounds like to me, the audience has chosen Al. Now, I don't know how that affects your decision, but Olympus has spoken.
Okay.
So now, sweetheart.
Yes.
Which one of these distinguished gentlemen?
Well, I will say this, Bishop. You and Jasmine picked two amazing, dynamic men, and I want women to see out there that there are great men out there who want to be in long-term, committed relationships, who know how to treat a woman. I would say, I would like to get to know both of you better and see where it goes.
All right. I knew it was going to be something like that.
Yeah, but here's my question to you and to Jasmine. In a situation, whether it was one man that I chose or both, what is the duration? Because I would like to take enough time to get to know them to see if they really, truly are interested in me and I'm interested in them in the long term, or do we establish some great friendships here?
That's an excellent question. The core of the relationship is always friendship anyway.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that becomes the launching pad through which the relationship evolves. How quickly it evolves depends on the dynamics between the two people. Mm-hmm. But if you bypass friendship and you go right into romance, the reality is anybody who's been in a relationship a long time knows that romance comes and goes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And if there's not friendship to catch it, there's nothing for it to fall back on.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Right. So let me ask Marvin and Al, for a second time, now that it's official that she's open to both of you, are both of you willing to go out on a second date?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, so are you planning we have to go together?
Don't do it like the first time.
We're going to answer that after the break. I don't know what's going on here. More with Sheryl Underwood when we come back. I'm getting nervous. Welcome back, everybody. You know that earlier this season we had comedian and the talk co-host Sheryl Underwood on the show to talk about how she could best learn the language of love. Yeah, that's what it was about. After the show, she asked me to help her find a potential love match, or a boo, as she calls it. With the help of celebrity matchmaker Jasmine Diaz, we set Sheryl up on dates with two men, Al and Marvin. And so that's how we got right here. Mm-hmm. I think that men get confused sometimes because we get mixed messages. If on one hand, your message becomes to the man, I'm open for a relationship. It's kind of like a hotel. You throw up a sign and says vacancy. Okay? That means that there's space. Okay?
Right.
Then when he responds, a lot of times he runs into a sign that says no vacancy. And then there are those moments when y'all flash back and forth. I mean it, I don't mean it. I'm open, I'm not open. I want y'all to, am I right about it? And men don't know how to read that. Clap if you understand that I'm right about that. What I'm saying is, a man needs to know that there's space in your life for him to dwell. And I'm talking about space in your heart. Do you think that at this stage in your life, because I think that falling in love becomes harder as you get older, because your faller is broke. You're more skeptical. You're
My
more,
kickstand is wobbling.
Yeah, you got a little kickstand going.
Bishop.
Come on, somebody. Do you think you're putting up a wall?
No. I think that some men don't understand the life. I have a job that's very public, but you're not just engaging me. I have a sister who is really like my daughter. So I don't have a wall up. I have centuries on the wall to go, that ain't the right dude for our family. So that's the only issue, because I love, oh yes, I'm the most romantic devil in the world. If you can get over some of the things that even the man has to get over. Do I make allegedly more money than you do? Do you want to go when I go to work? Or will you stay at home and watch football or play PlayStation or whatever you do while I go to work? You see what I'm saying?
What are the right answers to those questions?
It's up to the man to decide. See, I'm a very male-directed female, so the man has to decide that he's going to take the time to go through it, because I'm willing to go through it with you. That's why I tell you what I think are the worst things in the relationship with me. You gonna get cussed out. I'm sorry. I can't stop that. You ain't gonna. You may hear it, or I may go in the bathroom and turn the water on and cuss and ask Jesus and do a Florida, damn, and then come out.
Ooh, I'm getting nervous. Y'all still going on this day? Yeah, I know. I understand the complexities of your situation. I understand the complexities of being a celebrity. I understand that what they see on TV versus what they end up married to is two different things.
That's right.
I understand the fact that because you're a caretaker, you have a responsibility that is difficult, and not every man would sign up for it. But I'm not sure that you haven't told yourself a story that backed you up in a corner that left you explaining away the man before he gets a chance, because when a man,
a real man,
loves a woman, whatever is really on you.
I thought you was about to hit the song.
No.
I'm sorry.
He gonna sing, I'm gonna talk.
Okay.
Whatever is going on with you, he takes that too.
True.
Can I be honest with you?
Be brutally honest, Bishop.
Okay. I think that the comedian in you and the power broker in you and the businesswoman in you and the smart, brilliant, intelligent, spiritual, gifted, Nubian princess that you are is protecting a little girl who...
Don't say that's it.
And you can't make enough money to hide it. That beneath all of that money and all of that confidence and all of that yak you talking, you still have a vacancy in your heart for a man. Somebody gonna say amen up in this place. I just want to go on record with this.
Hold on, but you tossed the break.
Yeah, come on.
So it may be easy to say I'm hiding something. I hide in plain sight. You are
right. We're saying the same thing.
First of all,
we're saying
want
the
to know,
same thing.
where did you find these brothers in Southern California? Because black women in Southern California can't find no man. Am I right, sister? Because we're 5% of the population.
But wait. It can't be no break right now. We can't have no break right now. This is too good. We got to deal with this.
Deal with.
The fact that you're hiding in plain sight does not mean that you're not hiding. It just means that you are so gifted that we cannot see you for your gifts. And every now and then a man comes along who can look through the gifts and see that there is a vacancy, whether your sign says it or not.
I'm going to be talking.
Now go to break.
Okay.
Now go to break. We going to break. We ain't going to, no, it ain't going to go down like this. Up next, it's your turn, Village. Sheryl and I are going to try and solve your biggest dating dilemmas. Maybe if we don't get into a fight, we'll be right back. I ain't thinking about it.
You know I'm right, huh?
You know, no. Listen, I'm back with Sheryl Underwood to help solve your biggest dating dilemmas. We've got some audience questions and opportunities to get out in the village and see what's going on out here and see if we can help you with your dating dilemma. You can get on Facebook, Instagram, anything else and talk to us, but I want to hear from my audience. Village, I may be coming your way.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Where's Jessica? Jessica, yeah, talk to me, Jessica.
Hi, Bishop. So nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Thank you. So my dilemma is that I can't seem to get past the third date, and I seem to just attract like unavailable men. So.
Unavailable, why?
Like they're just like emotionally unavailable.
Emotionally unavailable.
Yeah.
When you say emotionally unavailable, what does that mean? Not being in touch with who he is emotionally?
That's part of it, and then the other part of it is that like they might lag like with like getting back to me, like texting, or you know, it just takes them a while to like be responsive, you know.
Oh, that's a different kind of unavailable from what I
Yeah.
thought. When I think of emotionally unavailable, it's a man who appears not to have the sensitivity that you need and to be able to connect with you on the emotional level that makes you feel safe to love him.
I have experienced
Am I doing
that.
good?
Yeah.
You've experienced
I
that.
have experienced that as well.
Well, I'm going to give you the male answer. She's going to give you the female answer.
Okay.
The last thing a man wants to give you is his heart.
Right.
Because it doesn't mean that he doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
It means that when men are emotional, we are so extremely emotional. And when we get hurt so bad that we are afraid to invest heart first.
Okay.
So what may be read as being unavailable is just being protective because he doesn't want to bleed like that. We don't know what to do. You understand? That's the male answer. Yeah. Let's hear from the female.
You want a man to communicate with you. First of all, silence is the best way to make a man communicate. Silence.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah.
Silence.
She's
Stop being so. Stop being so communicative. Men like what they see. Women like what we hear.
Right.
Right. So, but this the other thing though. If once you get in a relationship and he's not calling you back as much, stop communicating. Yep. And then what you do is hide his phone number, don't call, take it out of your phone.
Right.
Then when you can't satisfy that urge, suppress that urge, I want you to go drink a gallon of water. Okay. Then I want you to dial his phone number. You're gonna have to urinate. As soon as he picks up the phone, no, this works. As soon as he picks up the phone and say hello,
I love it.
Go, hey, how you doing? And then he goes, so what's happening, baby? Oh man, can I call you back in 1 minute? I got one little thing I need to do. Then go to the bathroom. Don't call him back. Then do that again 5 to 10 days later. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. He's now more interested. Why? Because he can't figure out your sequence of calling him. So now he's curious as to what's going on.
Right.
Mark my words, it works.
The second you pull back, the more they become
exactly
interested.
right.
It's like a cat and mouse game.
Don't be so available and don't be so talkative.
I think there is some wisdom in what you said because a lot of times men do like to have some level of hunt. Some level of hunt, some level of chase. And the other thing that I think is really, really frightening to men is that on the first date, I really don't want to be interrogated like, am I a candidate to be a husband? Just meet me. Just meet me. Yeah, don't measure me, just meet me. Hi, how you doing? Listen, Lisa tweeted at the TD Jakes Show, help, stuck in the friend zone and need help making the move to the next level. After 9 months of friendship, what do I do? Sheryl, you kick it off.
I say, thank the Lord you got a good friend. You don't want to come out the friend zone. If he's not ready for you to come out the friend zone, don't try to force the issue. Praise the Lord, you got a good friend. Matter of fact, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the sports bar with you. I'm going to watch football. I'm going to watch basketball. I'm going to do everything that friends do. We're going to have a good time. Why? Because if you fall in love with your friend, that's even better. But women want to accelerate and put their foot on the gas over the friend. Now, if my friends like to play dominoes and like to watch the Cowboys and like to eat barbecue, then I got a good friend for the rest of my life.
We're in agreement.
Yeah.
We're in agreement.
Yes.
We're in agreement because if you have a lifelong partnership, the substratum of the relationship has to be friendship or it doesn't work.
Right.
And if you don't get the friend part right, then anything else you get right doesn't matter. I don't care how great the sex is. I don't care how much money they make. If you don't like me.
Right.
If you don't mean me well.
That's right.
If you don't want to see me happy and want the best in my life for me, even if the best isn't you.
That's right.
Then we don't have anything to build from, because what you're really doing is trying to get somebody to play a role in a play that you've already designed in your mind, and you're just having me to interview to see if I fit the role. You don't want me. You want me to play the role of your imagination.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Say it, Bishop.
That's what I think.
You say it, Bishop.
Yeah. I want to thank you, Sheryl, for being here. Allow me to have some fun and sponsor your next 2 dates.
Yes.
I'm going to send you a bill for that. We'll be right back. Today, we've been talking about your biggest dating dilemmas and challenges, and we have used a whole lot of comedy and bizarre comments and had a lot of fun. But we're trying to teach a concept that is very important. If in this mean and cold world you find someone that you can really call your friend, whether it grows into something greater or not, value them and appreciate them. Because you know what is really priceless? It's just somebody who loves you and cares about you, whether they go on another date or not. Think about that. If you have a story to share, hit me up on Facebook or go to my website, tdjshow.com, and submit your story. Not too racy now, not too racy. The brother's still a preacher. Thanks to all of my guests. Special thanks to Sheryl Underwood, Jasmine Diaz, Casa Vega Restaurant. Feed everybody but me. Good luck on your day, Sheryl. See you next time. Thank you.